You are standing in a supermarket with a cart. Just an ordinary day, ordinary groceries. But imagine that tomorrow, an escalation of the conflict is announced. That tomorrow, the news shows a map covered in red circles. That tomorrow, you will have exactly 1 hour to gather everything you need before the shelves are stripped bare. What will you put in that cart? Today, we will break down a concrete list of what needs to be bought right now, while stores are open, while prices are normal, and while there is no panic. 3 levels of preparation, 3 budgets, from $100 to $5,000, and most importantly, where to buy it and how to store it so that it actually works when needed. Let's start with the most important thing, water. You can survive 3 weeks without food, but without water, maximum 3 days. After a nuclear strike, the water supply will fail within the first few hours. It will either be physically destroyed or contaminated with radioactive particles. Bottled water will become currency. How much do you need? Minimum 3 liters per person per day. This is for drinking and minimal hygiene. A family of 4 for 2 weeks is 168 liters. It sounds like a lot, but that is only 28 6-liter bottles. Where to buy? Costco, Sam's Club, any wholesale store. The price per liter there is 3 to 4 times lower than in a regular supermarket. Buy large bottles, 5 or 6 liters. They take up less space and produce less plastic waste. How to store? A dark, cool place. A basement is ideal. A garage works too, provided the temperature doesn't rise above 30 degrees Celsius. Do not place water directly on a concrete floor. Put wooden boards or plastic pallets underneath. Concrete leaches chemicals from plastic over time. Shelf life? Bottles usually say 1 or 2 years, but if water is stored correctly, it is good for decades. The plastic degrades, but the water itself does not spoil. Rotate your stock every 2 to 3 years if you are paranoid, but honestly, even 5-year-old water is better than no water. The alternative for those with no space, water purification tablets. Aqua tabs, potable aqua, iodine tablets. 1 pack of 50 tablets costs $10 and purifies 100 liters of water. This does not replace a stockpile, but it is insurance. If your water runs out, you can purify rainwater, water from a toilet tank, or even from a puddle in a worst case scenario. And buy a filter, Sawyer Mini, Life Straw, Berkey, any of them. $20 to $30 for a personal filter that purifies thousands of liters. This is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Now, food. Most people make one critical mistake. They buy food they never eat. Freeze-dried rations for 30 years. Energy bars that taste like cardboard. Military MREs that can be used as bricks. Do not do this. Buy what you actually eat. Canned goods that are in your cupboard right now. Pasta, rice, beans, peanut butter, canned tuna, tomato sauce, oatmeal, honey. Why? Because you will rotate your supply. You bought 30 cans of tuna. You ate 2 this week. You bought 2 more. The stock is always fresh, always current, and you aren't throwing money away on food that expires. Concrete list for a $300 budget. Family of 4, 2 weeks. Rice, 10 kilograms. The foundation. Cheap calories. Stores for years in a sealed container. $20. Beans. Black, red, chickpeas, lentils, 10 cans, 400 grams each. Protein, fiber, long shelf life, $15. Canned vegetables, corn, peas, beans, tomatoes, 20 cans. Vitamins, variety, $25. Canned meat, tuna, chicken, beef, 15 cans. Protein, taste, morale, $30. Pasta, 5 kilograms. Spaghetti, penne, macaroni, easy to cook, stores long term, $10. Tomato sauce, 10 jars, for pasta, for rice, for everything, $15. Peanut butter, 4 large jars, calories, protein, fats, can be eaten with a spoon, $20. Oatmeal, 3 kilograms, breakfast for 2 weeks, $8. Powdered milk, 2 kilograms, for oatmeal, for coffee, for children, $20. Vegetable oil, 2 liters, for cooking, for calories, $10. Salt, sugar, spices. 3 kilograms salt, 2 kilograms sugar, basic spices, $15. Honey, 2 kilograms, never spoils. Energy, taste, antiseptic for wounds, $25. Multivitamins, 2 packs of 100 tablets. When rations are limited, vitamins are critical, $20. Protein bars or energy bars, 20 count. For stress, for quick energy, $25. Coffee or tea, 1 kilogram. Not essential for survival, but critical for morale, $15. Total, $277. You still have $23 left for water or extra items. This is the minimum. This is 2 weeks for 4 people. It's not luxury, it's survival, but you won't starve. Level 2, budget, $1,000. Here we add comfort, variety, and long-term storage. You take the entire list above and multiply it by 3. This gives you 6 weeks instead of 2. Plus, you add specialized items. Freeze-dried food. Yes, I just said not to buy it, but at the $1,000 level, buy it. 1 or 2 buckets. Mountain House, Wise Company, Ready Wise. Not as a staple, but as insurance. Shelf life is 25 years. If your basic stock runs out or spoils, you have a reserve. Canned fruit, what we skipped in the basic list. Peaches, pineapples, pears. Morale is important. Something sweet after a week of rice and beans isn't a luxury, it's a psychological necessity. Dried fruits and nuts. Raisins, dried apricots, almonds, cashews. Calorie-dense, tasty, stores well. 5 kilograms mix, $50. Canned bread. Yes, it exists. B&M brown bread in cans. Shelf life 2 years. Bread in a crisis is a psychological anchor to normal life. Baby food, if you have children. Jarred puree, dry cereals. Kids can't eat the same things adults can. Spices and sauces. Variety is critical for long-term survival. Soy sauce, hot sauce, seasonings. Rice with soy sauce is a completely different dish than just rice. Ready-to-eat soups. Campbell's, Progresso. Easy, fast, filling. 20 cans, $30. And now, the most important thing for the $1,000 level. Equipment for cooking without electricity. Portable gas stove. Coleman, standard camping burner, $30. Plus 10 canisters of gas, another $30. This is enough for a month of cooking. Or alternative, alcohol stove. Trangia, Swedish military style. $20 for the burner itself. Buy alcohol as needed. A liter of alcohol is $10 and lasts for 30 meals. If the budget allows, buy a small charcoal camping grill. Weber Smoky Joe, $50. Plus a bag of charcoal, $15. Charcoal stores forever. The grill works without gas or electricity. Level 3, budget, $5,000. Here we are talking about 6 months for a family. About comfort, about systems, not just supplies. Professional food storage systems, Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers, food-grade buckets. You buy rice, beans, flour in bulk, 20 to 30 kilogram bags. Pack them into sealed bags with oxygen absorbers. Seal them in plastic buckets. Shelf life, 20 to 30 years. Cost? 50 kilograms of rice, $60. 100 Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers, $50. 10 food-grade buckets, $50. Total, $160 for a year's supply of rice. Freeze dryer. This is hardcore. Harvest Right home freeze drying machine, $3,000. But you can freeze dry any food. Vegetables from the garden, fruits, cooked meals. Shelf life, 25 years. If you are serious about long-term prep, this is an investment. Generator. Not for the fridge. The fridge is useless after the first week. For communication, for charging devices, for medical equipment if needed. Champion or Honda portable generator, 3,000 watts. $1,000, plus gas cans and fuel stabilizer. Solar panels, portable solar systems, Goal Zero Yeti or Jackery, from $500 to $2,000. Charging without fuel, works for decades. But back to food. At the $5,000 level, you are creating a system, not a stockpile. You buy seeds for growing, not hybrids, but heirloom seeds. Those that provide seeds for the next harvest. Tomatoes, cucumbers, potatoes, carrots, greens. $100 on seeds is a yearly supply for a garden that can feed a family. You buy canning equipment, pressure canner, mason jars, lids, $200. You will be able to can meat, vegetables, soups. Create your own stocks from fresh produce. You buy chickens if you have a yard. 4 chickens give 12 to 15 eggs a week. Protein, fats, vitamins. Cost? $100 for chickens and a basic coop. Now, medicine. Most people buy a standard first aid kit and think they are ready. Band-aids, gauze, peroxide. That covers a scratch. It covers nothing serious. A basic nuclear survival medical kit must include potassium iodide, tablets to protect the thyroid gland from radioactive iodine, Iosat or Thyrosafe, $20 for a family pack, taken immediately after exposure, critical for children. Antibiotics, legally hard to buy in the US without a prescription, but there is a loophole, fish antibiotics. Thomas Labs, Fish Mox, Fish Flex. These are the exact same amoxicillin and cephalexin a doctor prescribes, just labeled for aquariums. $30 for a course, freely available on Amazon. Painkillers, ibuprofen, paracetamol, acetaminophen, aspirin. Large bottles, 500 tablets, $20. Antiseptics, povidone iodine, alcohol, peroxide, antiseptic wipes. There will be wounds. Infection kills. Bandages and gauze, not cheap Chinese trash. Israeli bandage, quick clot, Celox. These are combat dressings. They stop serious bleeding. $15 a piece. Buy 5. Medical tape, scissors, tweezers, thermometer, blood pressure cuff if needed. Anti-diarrheals. Imodium. Diarrhea in a crisis means dehydration, which means death. Rehydration salts. Pedialyte powder or tablets. For poisoning, diarrhea, dehydration. Medical multi-tool. Surgical kit. Scalpel, clamps, needles, sutures. $50. Hope you never need it, but if you do, there is no alternative. The book, Where There Is No Doctor. A medical handbook for situations without medical help. $15. Read it before the crisis. Protection and safety. Respirators, not surgical masks. N95 minimum, P100 is better. Protection against radioactive dust, smoke, biological threats. 20 respirators, $100. Protective suits, Tyvek suits. Disposable but effective against dust and splashes. 10 suits, $50. Gloves, nitrile, latex-free, 100 pairs, $20. Safety goggles, for dust, shrapnel, chemicals, $10. Duct tape and plastic sheeting, for sealing rooms, creating clean zones, $20. Flashlights and light. Electricity will go out. Candles are dangerous. Open fire under stress means a house fire. Batteries will run out. The solution? Rechargeable LED lanterns with solar panels or hand cranks. Goal Zero, LumenAid, M-Powered. From $10 to $30 each. Buy 10. Light is safety, it is morale, it is life. Headlamps. Hands-free, light goes where you look. $20. Candles as a reserve. 100 candles, $30, but only as a last resort. Comms and information. Radio. Battery-powered and hand-crank combo. Midland, Eaton, Kaito. NOAA weather alerts. AM/FM. Shortwave if you want international news. $50. Walkie-talkies. If the family is separated, walkie-talkies are the only link. Midland or Motorola, FRS/GMRS, $40 for a pair. Power bank, several large external batteries. Anchor, 20,000 milliamp hours, $30 each. For phones, radios, GPS. Solar chargers, portable solar panels. Big Blue, Nectec, $50. Asterisk USB cables, adapters, everything needed to charge all your devices. Hygiene and sanitation, asterisk. Toilet paper, 100 rolls. Sounds funny, but in March 2020, we all saw what happens. $50. Wet wipes. When there is no water for a shower, wet wipes are hygiene. 20 packs, $30. Soap. Laundry bar soap, antibacterial, liquid. 20 bottles, $30. Toothpaste and brushes, a year's supply, $20. Hand sanitizer, liter bottles, 70% alcohol minimum. 10 bottles, $50. Trash bags, thick, heavy duty, for trash, for sanitation, for storage. 100 bags, $20. Portable toilet or camping toilet, if the sewage system fails. $50 for a base model. Feminine hygiene products, a year's supply, $50. Diapers if there are infants, minimum 1 month supply. Tools, multi-tool, Leatherman Wave or Gerber, $80. Knife, pliers, screwdrivers, saw, opener in one tool. Axe, for firewood, clearing, building. Fiskars or Husqvarna, $50. Shovel, folding entrenching tool, e-tool. Dig, build, defend, $30. Knife, fixed blade, full tang, Mora, K-Bar, Ontario, $30 to $50. Saw, folding camping saw, for wood, for branches, $20. Rope, paracord, 100 meters, a universal tool, $20. Electrical tape / duct tape. Duct tape fixes any problem. 10 rolls, $30. One final tip. Where to store all this? Not in one place. If your house is destroyed, you've lost everything. Distribute it. Part in the house, part in the garage, part in the car. If you have a summer cabin or relatives in another city, part there. Create a bug out bag. A backpack with the minimum for 3 days. Water, food, meds, documents, money, tools. If you need to evacuate in 15 minutes, you grab the backpack and go. 50 kilograms of supplies in the basement won't help you if you can't carry them. And lastly, the most important advice. Start today, not tomorrow, not after payday, not when the situation gets worse. Buy 1 pack of water today, 10 cans of tuna tomorrow, a first aid kit the day after. Within a month, at $100 a week, you will have a basic stockpile. Because when the sirens start wailing, the shelves will be empty.